And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
Season 3, episode 1.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Season 3.
Binge-worthy content on your Friday night.
I'm very excited about today. Although I must confess, I can't bring my whole energy. I'm just recovering from a mild grade flu. But I will do my best. I will do my best. Uh, I really needed that 1 day break. I basically slept. I caught up on months of sleep.
That's what happens when you burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
It catches up to you eventually.
But yeah. But there's no other alternative. I can't do a few hours and get all the stuff done.
Yeah.
And also answer the question when everything, you know. So yeah, but I'm glad I'm feeling a little better. And since the past day and a half, I've started to get into the normal scheme of things. So yeah, feeling good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I too had to battle something. I'm just starting to feel 100%. Like it goes around, but it's a good week. It was a fast week like always. And Bender says, when. Yes, with the correct spelling, of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm it would be an understatement to say that today is an extremely important day for the Vitruveo community. Let's talk about that in a little bit. So I'm just excited. I'm just very excited. I guess you have some things also you want to talk about today.
I'm actually just activating it right now.
All right. So let me first do my spiel.
Yeah.
And then we can get into that. You can start off and with your topic first, which I think is really exciting for the community. The one thing I really missed this week though is I haven't missed NFT NYC since its inception.
Oh, really?
And I made the decision not to go because first of all, I couldn't even stand for more than 2 minutes, and for people who have gone to sort of conventions as sort of an attendee, it's a different experience. You go catch whatever session you want, and you rest when you want to, etc. But if you're there representing, including having events, it's a whole different experience. As many, there's quite a few in our community actually who work on events, etc., and they can attest to that. It's brutal, man. It's like morning to very late at night on your feet, just having to bring the energy nonstop. And I know, like last time when I went there, it was amazing to meet all these creators in real life. But it takes a lot of energy to nonstop talk to people, how they are, what's their background, what are they working on, what's their newest thing, what motivates them, etc. Take selfies, tweet the selfies out, etc.
You get pitched about 90 billion times.
Oh yeah, there's lots. Yeah, and then if you're talking, preparing the talk, people don't realize that for a 1 hour talk, it requires approximately, I would say, 12 to 18 hours of sort of preparation. Sometimes more if it's a technical talk, go into a lot of detail, But anyway, I felt Sunday night there's no way I can handle this, so I let Fur do all the heavy lifting, and boy, she was exhausted. She was messaging me.
And I've been a 3-time NFT NYC goer, 2 times like actually attending, and then 1 time is just like a casual. And you're right, it does sucks the life out of you.
Yeah,
networking just takes it right out of your soul.
Thank you. Yes, I'm feeling better. I don't know about this comment. Nick had me worried until he said I'm excited. I don't know why. What is that about? Nook, can you explain, please? Jay says the same thing. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong one. Yeah, Jay the Crypto Man says the same thing. So what did I say that suggested I'm excited. I had people worried. Anyway, we'll find out. Find out soon enough. Yeah. So I passed on that, but that's okay. There will be future events, and there will be lots of excitement. There will be travel. Travel is no fun. I do like meeting people at destinations, and the events, etc. But boy, the journey part, it's no fun at all. Anyway, enough on that. Let's get going here. Let me share my screen. All right, here we are. It is time for another download, but this time it's a brand new season. So we begin our season every quarter. So this is season 3, episode 1 of the Vitruveo download, where we review all the things that happened in the past week and all the exciting things that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. So today is April 5, 2024. I'm Nick Kalyani. I'm the founder, and with me is Zach. Zach is our ecosystem lead. Hello all, and welcome. So what we're going to do today is kick off with a topic on community voting. So Zach's going to take that away for us. So Zach, I'm going to remove my screen and have you take it away.
Sweet. Yeah, a little context before I bring mine up. So we've done this before. We're nominating people for Senate. It's Q2. It's time to usher in the new group. So I actually want some clarification on this. So what are we voting for? We're voting for 3 people, correct? We have 3 seats, correct?
Is there?
Yeah, because what's his face left? The YouTuber.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. We do have 3 seats.
Yep. There's 3 seats. So so you can do as many nominations as you want. We're gonna get all the nominations, make sure they meet the prerequisites. They're willing to dox themselves. They're willing to meet with us. They haven't been in trouble in the Discord server. And then we'll put together a voting very similar to last time voting. And then the other thing we're voting for, which I'm actually more excited about, is we're naming our testnet. In blockchains, all these testnets typically get like fun names or something specific to the chain. And we just have Vitruveo testnet. So we need to change that. And so we're going to be, there's a new channel in Discord. I'll share my screen in just a second. That at the bottom of it has 2 buttons. One is to nominate someone. You can nominate yourself or someone else, or to submit a name for testnet. Obviously, keep it appropriate.
So no block buddy Mick blockchain.
Yeah, Nick doesn't want Bodie McBoat because of the internet naming contest a couple years ago. So if you just come into the Discord right here, you'll see there's a new channel called the Voting Center. I think we're just going to keep this up and continue to add different things you can vote for as you go. It has the criteria. It has everything there. I'm going to move my screen. Boom. And then at the bottom, you'll have a nominate. Pops up. What is their Discord display name? And then if you want to, and then give a little short reason why. And then same thing with testnet. Just what is your suggestion for the Vitruveo testnet? Be creative. So we're going to run this through the 12th. So about a week exactly. And then we're going to get all the results and figure out how we're going to vote for this thing properly and use it as vote credits potentially. And we'll have some cool new names and some cool new members of our Senate.
Yeah, this is awesome. We've been waiting on sort of getting all the core NFTs out to everyone so they have their voting credits. And now we have to actually build a voting credit system, the system that actually uses that. But in the big scheme of things, because of so much going on and so many other higher priorities, it kind of fell down. But I think this is a good opportunity for us to build that up. So we'll start off with a very simple system. So don't expect it to be super grandiose or anything like that. It'll be very basic with a vote button. But we will use your NFT. We want to do that. So your Nexus NFT with your vote credits will be used. Our intention is to use quadratic voting. So what that means is that it makes it possible for us to sort of flatten out the impact of the vote of any one person. With quadratic voting, each subsequent vote requires a square of the number of credits as the previous vote. So if you have a bunch of vote credits, your impact can be sort of met by a few members of the community. It wouldn't need like hundreds and hundreds of people if you had hundreds of vote credits. So that's quadratic voting, and we will implement that. But again, version 0.1 of this will be very, very simple, very basic, but it will use your vote credits.
Absolutely. So,
all right.
Yep, it's pretty self-explanatory, and pretty excited to see what the results are going to be. If you have any questions, tag myself or one of the ambassadors, and we should be able to handle it no problem.
Do you have any directional guidance for people on naming the testnet?
No, I mean, if you look at like Blast, there's just like the Sequoia or something like that. I don't know. I feel like they're just names. I don't have much of a naming. We could name it after. We could call it the Kalyani Explorer or the testnet.
No. I would say this: like, if you were to look at it from a forward-thinking sort of perspective, you'd want to sort of have a name that can become ChaiNet.
ChaiNet. It's pretty good.
That fits a theme of some kind, because we will have additional test nets, and so if they follow some kind of theme, then it would be easy to add them versus just random, right? Like we could do it, we could go random also, that would be fine, but something that fits into a set would be nice. Like for example, Polygon had picked city names, including the city of the origin of their founder, which is Mumbai. Yeah. So, but yeah, it could be anything really, and the community decides what it's called, and the votes win, and that's what we'll call it. But please, one thing, it's a testnet name. We can't have crazy characters in there. All right, so just alphabets, no apostrophes, no hyphens, things like that, because it has to be used in a number of places, and we want it to be very simple. So it's just letters, right? Just alphabet letters is all you can use.
I like Eso's suggestion here, like all famous paintings or painters.
Yeah, that's cool. Mona Lisa, I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like the Da Vinci testnet. I mean, it's just
yeah, it stays in that family. I don't know how many works of art he had, but that's an interesting one. But again, it must survive the community vote. So let's see about that.
I want to talk to this question real quick. Why are we only electing 3 senators? That's because all the council members are the other members of the Senate.
Yep. And it might behoove us to also maybe actually in the intro you have there, Zach, we could put a link to the charter, which we may also, as part of the vote, have an update to the charter. So might include that, but you might want to include the current one so people see what that entails. I think also people should know what the responsibilities are of a senator.
Oh, it's in there.
Too many, but yeah. So we should put that up there.
It's in there. But I will. It's a good note to link our current charter. So yeah, we might have another vet to vote on.
Cool.
All
right. I will continue. I will bring my deck back on here, and let's continue and pick this up. All right, guys, let's talk about our protocol. So I try and update every week on number of wallets and the blocks we are at. So it's 22,407 wallets that's gone up. And of course, the blocks will always go up. But now I think more members of the community are paying more attention to the blocks and the cadence and the count of it. And I think more people know off the top of their head that 17,280 blocks make an epoch. An epoch is approximately 1 day, but pretty much all important things happen at the transition of an epoch. So if you want to know when something important is going to happen, divide the number of blocks by 17280, and that round number, so you'll probably get some odd decimal number, make it into a round number, and that wherever the block number is evenly divisible by 17280, that's when important things happen in our protocol. So all right, that's that. Like, move on. I'll give you a quick financial update. So we had $100,000 withdrawal from the multi-sig. So that took care of our partial March payroll. We haven't done the full thing. We are also working on making sure that we can amp up the activity on our airdrop that's going on. So we're going to hire a bunch of influencers and get the word out there. So far it's going really well. The funds are trickling in. We are happy with our progress, but we definitely need to turn up the heat, and we are well aware of that. So, but we've seen some notable Web3 persons participate in it, which is great. So last week you saw Dingaling was there, and there's others also who are promoting Vitruveo. So we are really excited about that, and we'll continue to have more activity there, and see the activity go up. So that is it. All right, then let's talk a little bit about buzz. So we got a little bit of buzz going on here. So right now, as of yesterday, we had our mobile truck going around Times Square and the convention center, Javits Convention Center in New York City. Now, unfortunately, those photos don't capture well because they are in motion, and the LED screens are also dynamic. They have motion there also, but we'll get some more pictures from Fur, who is there on the ground. She's basically holding it together right now in New York City. So we will do a Discord live with her next week, and she can give us the whole lowdown on our events and the 210 artists we featured in our mobile gallery that went around New York City. I'm really excited about that. So one of the things we'll be doing for these artists is we will provide a gallery where they will be able to get a picture of their artwork on the truck. So we'll make that available. So stay tuned for Fur to give us more details next week. But so far, it seems like she had a lot of really good conversations, a lot of good feedback from creators about Vitruveo, and many looking forward to all that's coming, and really, really excited about it. So speaking of the Discord Live, one of the things that we'd like to do starting next week is do more Discord Lives, so we don't have to wait till the Friday for all the news. So if you can make the Friday, you might be able to attend a Discord Live or two and get some of the exciting news that's happening. Also, there's just so much going on at these downloads. I can't capture everything. And so these Discord Lives give us an opportunity to connect with you, to have you come up and ask questions, etc., and also give news in a more timely manner. So that's it for NYC. And again, like I said, Fur will give us a more detailed report when she's back. Product Hunt. This is great. So we are on there. I would encourage everyone to go up there and continue to upvote us. So we've had some good voting on there, and we were Product of the Day. We were fourth there. So please go to producthunt.com/products/Vitruveo and vote us up. Your vote is very important in there, and we hope to continue to go higher and higher in the ranks. So that is exciting. Thank you. All right, now let's talk about our user acquisition campaign that is still ongoing, and the numbers there continue to go up. So we have 7,500 airdrop users. So we are inching towards the 10K here, and we fully expect that as our campaigns kick off here, that those numbers will accelerate. We have a large number of followers on Twitter that increases. It's part of the airdrop, and I saw a couple of people asking about people unsubscribing. Also, that's bound to happen. People will complete a task, they'll subscribe, and then they'll unsubscribe, and that's okay. One of the things we will do is before we do the airdrop, we will run a task to go and check and see that people are still subscribed and people are still connected. And if they aren't, then they would lose the points, because the intent is to stay connected and not to just connect and disconnect. So we'll do that. Our TVL continues to grow as more and more folks swap and stake. So that's $39.2 million. And correspondingly, there's an increase in the wallets. So this is all good news. And like I said, our goal has always been to gradually increase this. Now we have a good sense of exactly what the performance of the application is. We have a good sense of how it works on mobile, etc. So now we are confident that we can start getting more announcements, etc., about this in order to get more users and not worry about things not working very well. As you know, in the early weeks, we had a few growing pains. We had to adjust numbers a bit, etc., because of a bug. We fixed that. Everything's going well. Things are scaling up, and now we feel confident about moving forward on that. All right, let's now talk about the Da Vinci grant. So if you recollect, this was our grant for artists, around $10,000, divided up into multiple units. Now, I was telling the team to wait a little bit so we could get sort of the voting application done, and we can use vote credits for people. But we'll do that for the voting that Zach just talked about earlier with the Senate voting, etc. But with the Da Vinci grant, there are a few projects that are time sensitive, and they, if they win, they would like to get the money. So what we decided is to go ahead and move forward with the Da Vinci grant voting process, but in a slightly unique way. So the way that's going to work is you go to this this URL. It's vitru.xyz/DaVinci vote. So let me do that. vitru.xyz/DaVinci vote. And what you're going to have here, what you're going to see is a website. And what this website has is all the different projects that are there. And you can see a short description of each project, and there's a vote button. But if you scroll, there's about 43 of them, I believe. But if you scroll to the bottom here, you can see the details also, if you wish, for all of them. And you can expand this little window by clicking on this icon. So you can read up on all the projects, and you can vote on as many as you want. What you're going to get for each one is a poet. So basically, we are using poet for voting. And what we'll do is just look at the top votes that come in. So 5 winners will each receive grants of 1,000 USDC each, plus 1,000 Vitru. And 10 winners will each receive grants of 500 USDC plus 500 Vitru. So that's what the grant is for. Please look at these projects. Some of them are really, really in-depth with their explanation, etc. And please take the time to review them. So the voting ends next Friday at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. UTC. So that's approximately exactly one week from now. So yeah, so that's your Da Vinci vote, and I encourage everyone to go and cast their vote and grab a poet. And this is open to the community at large. So anyone watching this video live, watching it afterward, can also go. It's more open than the voting for senators, etc., because that is by holders of the Nexus NFT and the Dreamer NFT. So this is open to everyone. Just go vote and grab a poet and tell us which projects should win. All right, let's talk now about airdrops. So the past couple of downloads, I said that we were gonna do the downloads for the boosters. Now, what we are going to do is actually execute on them. So give me 1 second, and I will switch to that window. Let's see here. Okay. Sorry, I can't get to that window here right now, but I'll get to it in a second. So what we are doing is we are doing the collector credit airdrop. So if you have noticed, the Explorer here, you can see that there's a large number of transactions going on. The airdrop is currently in process. So if you bought a booster, your account is gradually accumulating the collector credit NFTs. So there's going to be 15 that are airdropped in totality. And what we are doing is we are doing all the boosters first, and then we'll do the super boosters manually. So if you want a super booster, it will be at the end, but because it will be done manually. But right now, you can watch the Explorer and you can see the progress of the airdrop occurring. There's been 29,000 transactions here, and there's more coming. So there's about 25 transactions per block, about 25 collector credits being dropped. So each booster gets 15 of these worth $10 each. So those are accumulating, and they will have a variable activation dates. So we've done that to make sure that they span a few months of time and not all at once. And these collector credits will be used for picking up the Genesis artworks and beyond. So it's not just for the Genesis artworks, it's for all the initial artworks that go. So for people who might not be tuned on this initially, I want to point out how this is working and why it's there. So when you start something new, which we are with our ecosystem, with the artworks, the store, etc., you need to bootstrap it. You need to get things going. And what most marketplaces have done is they have allocated a bunch of money and they went and buy the initial artworks, etc. We thought that that's not a very smart thing to do, because what we want to do is spread and grow the ecosystem and the community. And so by rewarding our booster holders with these collector credits, what we do is we give them the opportunity, they're essentially crypto investors, the opportunity to learn more and experience beautiful art and own it. And we also increase the footprint, the number of collectors that exist in the Web3 art space by giving crypto investors the opportunity to get these. So that's essentially the motivation behind it. It doesn't make sense for us as the protocol to just collect all the art. We want to have people to have it, and this gives us the mechanism to do it. So the collectors will use their credits to go and acquire the artwork, and the artists will be paid in Vitru, and that's part of the functionality of how the store will work. But you can monitor this the Explorer, and you can see this happening. It's probably going to go on for quite a few hours. I expect it will go on for at least six, maybe 7 more hours. So it's gonna continue. And the way we are doing it is also making it so that the distribution is sort of fair. So what we do is we make the activation dates for these boosters earlier for people who bought the boosters earlier, and the activation date is later for those who bought it later. So that kind of keeps in keeps it in the spirit of, early supporters get early rewards, kind of like that. At the end of the day, everyone's going to get the same benefit in terms of the collector credits, but the activation date will vary. Also, the airdrop is being done not horizontally, but vertically. What I mean by that is it doesn't go by account and drop all the collector credits into your account. What it does is it does one at a time across everybody first. So each and every booster owner can see the credits appear in their account now. So you might see, actually, let me go and see. There's probably like four already done. So you might already see 3 or 4 in your account, and as time progresses, you'll be able to see more of them. So that is very, very exciting. But that actually brings us to something really, really important and something really, really interesting. But before I go into that, 2 things. First, a sip of chai. And second, how are you going to view these NFTs? So NFT view, which is coming in scope. So that is almost ready to go. A bit of testing to do. And this weekend, it will be up. So uh, probably by tomorrow, you will be able to click on NFTs in there and see all your NFTs, not just boosters, not just collector credits, any NFT that you have in your account, you'll be able to view that. Uh, uh, on the weekend, there might also be a surprise release. I'm just going to hint at it. I don't want to commit to it yet, but of a new app that we are calling Transporter. So I'm a big fan of the Jason Statham movies, by the way. So Transporter is going to allow anyone to transport any NFT on Ethereum to Vitruveo. So right now it's going to be sort of a one-way thing, but we'll make it bi-directional. So we're excited about that. And why am I saying that? That's important. Well, because in scope you'll be able to see those NFTs also. So any NFT on Ethereum, you can transport it to Vitruveo. So that will we'll try and get that up this weekend also, but it might go into the week after. All right. So now getting to the airdrop and why this is important. Well, it's important because we are going to hit a milestone. This is a very, very big deal for our protocol, because if you remember, one of the fundamental differentiating factors of our protocol with others that are EVM based is that we've got built-in protocol rebasing. And I'm very excited to share with you that our first rebase event is projected to occur today. So it will be on UTC time, and EST time it'll be tomorrow's date, but it's on Pacific time, it's still today. And so what I want to do is have a Discord live with the community where we see this happen. So what's going to happen at the rebase, and why is the rebase going to happen? Well, the rebase is going to happen because the collector credit airdrop is going to generate the sufficiently large number of transactions to trigger the rebase. In fact, one of the things about the rebase is that we have a transaction goal for each day, for each epoch, and the protocol is designed to have a plus or minus 25% variance. So if you don't achieve the goal and hit only like 75%, you still get a rebase, but only 75% of the compound interest value. But conversely, if you exceed by up to 25%, you get that also. So my projection is that today we will exceed and hit that 125% goal. And so everyone will see a rebase. Now, what to expect? Well, we'll talk more about that at the Discord live, but I want to share with you just to calibrate everyone's expectations. So what happens with a rebase is that essentially your wallet, whatever balance it has, increases by a small percentage. That's the APR, but converted to a daily amount, right? So it's compound interest. So unless your balance is large, you may not see much of a change. It'll be in the decimal area. But the miracle of compounding is that the next one increases on that amount, the next one increases on that amount, etc. So remember, our goal is with rebasing to go from a 60 million to 250 million circulating supply. That's what rebasing is going to do. So today, what you're going to see is your wallet. I have had mixed results. So some MetaMask versions auto update, some require a refresh, but you don't require any action on your part other than just a refresh of your browser, just like a web page, because the protocol does this for all wallets. It doesn't matter what account, whether it's a contract, whether it's a wallet, they will all rebase at the same time. And that's the important distinction. It's in the protocol itself. So there's another important thing that happens whenever there's a rebase. It also means I have to do more work, but it's a very exciting thing. Remember, the perk pools that are set up for our OG holders, for our validators, for our booster holders, etc., the release of coins from the perks pool into the perks vault, where they are available for claiming, occurs on a rebase event. So basically, perks accumulate and vest in pools, and when a rebase event occurs, that's when they get transferred over into the vaults and they become available for people to claim. Now, the perks claiming thing is the one that I think confuses a lot of people. So let me get that straight. If you go into Scope right now and you have a claim button, you can claim that anytime you want. If you see any coins available, you can claim them because they are yours. You can do that as much as you want. Now, the claim for perks is different. When you claim from perks, you are removing yourself out of the pool. Yeah, sure, you claim your perks, you get them in your wallet, but you are no longer part of that pool. You're gone from that pool. So you have no claim on future perks. So with perks, if you want to maximize what you get, you have to wait until the 2-year period when the perks are fully vested and fully available. So if you claim your perks before then you get your perks, but you won't get the future perks. So that's the distinction. All right, that's an important thing. So this is very, very exciting. So today, Discord live, midnight EST. Sorry for folks there. That's late on a Friday night, I know, but maybe you're still awake. We'll see. It's just 9:20 p.m. for me, so no problem there. But we'll do a Discord live, and hopefully all goes well. It went really well on our stress test that we did with testnet, but we'll do this live on mainnet, and it's exciting to see. So it looks like right now this says 31. Let's see, how much are we? So this is at 101,230 transactions, but there was already 65,000 transactions before. So this is about 45,000 transactions. And we need, if my math is correct, somewhere around 88,000 transactions. So we'll get there. I'm pretty confident of that. I mean, I did the math. We'll get there. So this is a big day because it is our first rebase event. So congratulations to all of you. This is going to be amazing and fun, and I look forward to seeing you at the Discord tonight. All right, now let's talk about Vitruveo. But actually, you know what? I see some questions about this. So let me just take them right now, because otherwise they'll kind of scroll away. So here's a question from Rohan regarding Transporter. If I have NFTs minted on Ethereum, Polygon, and OpenSea, will I be able to use Transporter to move these to Vitruveo? Will Transporter burn on OpenSea and mint on Vitruveo? Very good question. So I was going to do a whole sort of Transporter Discord live where we talk about it once it's actually active, but it's fine to talk about it right now. So the basic mechanism of how NFTs from other chains can be bridged over. So we are starting with Ethereum, by the way, but we are going to do all of them. So you can eventually, and I'm not talking about, in a long time, in a matter of weeks, we'll be able to get Solana NFTs, Tezos NFTs, etc. We'll be able to work through those. Actually, Tezos, I'm not sure. I have to check on that. But we'll definitely be working on a bunch of them to get them over. So what happens is, on the source chain, in this case Ethereum, the NFT is transferred to the ownership of the smart contract there. So we'll have a Vitruveo bridge or Vitruveo transporter smart contract there. So your NFT gets transferred in and owned there. So it effectively becomes locked. And on this side, on the Vitruveo side, the person who made that bridge event occur on the source chain, it shows up in their account. How does it show up in there? Because we mint the NFT with the same characteristics as the source. So all the criteria, all the traits, the image, the media, whatever it is, they're all preserved exactly, and they're reminted within the transporter contract here. So the transporter contract on Vitruveo is essentially a very versatile contract that can mint any type of NFT. So any ERC 721 NFT, and that's it. It does that, and it shows up, and we will not be burning anything, because that would require basically that to be destroyed. And we want to give the user the ability, if they want to bridge it back or something like that, to have that occur. But at least in this version of it, it will be version 1.0 of Transporter. It will be a lock on the smart contract. So the NFT still will show up on OpenSea or whatever, but the owner will be Vitruveo Transporter and not you. But on this side, on the Vitruveo side, you have full control of that NFT and can do whatever you want with it. All right. So that was that. Let's see. All right, we can continue. So now let's talk about all right. Now let's talk about Vitru Suite, which is coming up. But before I do that, I just want, I've seen a lot of questions, and I just want you to know that, that this week we also expect to see Honcho Marketplace. So we are really excited about that, because it gives the opportunity for a lot of these projects that have been waiting on the sidelines to jump in there and start having beautiful collections that you can all go in there and mint and collect and trade and sell, etc. So that is coming up this week also. But now let's talk about Vitru Suite. So as you know, Vitru Suite has 4 components: Studio, Stream, Store, and Search. Studio has been active for a bit in alpha. We've had the Genesis artists work on it, and phase 1 of it is complete. Phase 2 of it is in progress, and phase 2 is where you consign your work onto the actual blockchain. So that work is almost complete, and so next week we expect the artists that are already there to finish their consignment and make their artwork available on the blockchain. So we're really excited about that. And at next week's download, I'll go into a deep dive and show you how the contracts work, etc. Because this is, frankly, some of the most revolutionary things that are occurring in Web3 at the moment. And it's different, it's new, and no one else is doing it. And we are sort of the leaders in that. All right, so let's talk about what is happening exactly with Vitru Suite. So what I want to do is kind of talk about it in terms of distribution channels. So Studio is the tool that artists use. The other 3 apps, Search, Store, and Stream, they're really designed to be the gateway for distribution channels, right? So how does that work? Well, with Search, I showed you last week the prototypes, and I'll go over them, the wireframes, about how you can search for artwork and create dynamic stacks. So what are stacks? So stacks are small, dynamic, curated sets of artworks, and they're designed for distribution and sales by individuals on social media and blogs. Remember, with Vitruveo, we are throwing out the window that we need to have 1 or 2 marketplaces, and that's all that can work. We are saying, let's blow the roof off and have hundreds of ways in which we can distribute artworks by thousands and thousands of people. And so what we want to do is make anyone who is interested in selling artworks and making a profit do that very easily. So with stacks, we allow individuals who understand artworks and who have distribution audiences to create stacks, to mark up the artworks, whatever they want it to be, 10%, 15%, 20%, and then distribute them. And as those artworks are sold, you get paid, the artist gets paid, and the buyer gets beautiful artwork. So Search is the centerpiece of that. I'm going to talk more about Search today because it is totally a game changer, and it really makes a huge difference in the Web3 art space. Store, which you will also see not today, but in the coming weeks, that is the more formalized version of getting distribution done. So with a store, you'll create a gallery. So this is for the equivalent of marketplaces on other platforms. So anyone can go and create a gallery. Our intention here is that a gallery is a large, purposeful, curated set created by pros and businesses. So if you're a business, in the world of art and you want to make money, you can set up a gallery of, you can choose which artists you have, you can choose which artworks you have, and you can sell. And we do all the work for you. So it's Shopify. So we are building Shopify on Vitruveo. So anyone can come and create a store. We call it a gallery because it's a subset of all the artworks that are available on the platform. So this is huge because it will allow, if you think about OpenSea and Foundation as marketplace businesses, now imagine hundreds of people being able to create marketplaces just like that, no difference. Those are galleries in our world, and everyone can do that. Everyone who is a pro can do that. And last but not the least is Stream. So Stream is where we take artworks that have been purposefully curated, medium sets of them, for very specific locations, for the home, the airport, the hotel, by professionals. And we make them available on a subscription basis for consumers through partnerships with manufacturers, etc. So that's the Spotify for art. So I'm very excited because search is something that we are ready to show you here. But first, let's go look at the structure of it. I guess we can just dive right into the search, and we'll talk about the structure in just a little bit. But I think I would not be exaggerating if I were to say that when I saw the first demo of search earlier today, it took my breath away because it was beautiful, but more importantly, it represented a milestone. I don't think people understand the scope of search yet. The fact that a blockchain can have a search engine that searches across all assets on that blockchain, all NFT assets on the blockchain. That doesn't exist anywhere, folks. It is new and it is different and it is very, very exciting. So let's go ahead and look at it. But first, a sip of chai. All right, guys, this is the moment. I'm excited. Let's do this. Now, this is in QA. So it's still in development. We are not fully finished with it, but I couldn't wait to show it to you. So let's look at it. Bam, there we are. So what you have here is all the Genesis artists who have currently completed phase 1 of consigning the artwork. We have those results here. And what you have on the left side is the faceted search I've been talking to you about for the past couple of weeks. You're able to search by just about any criteria in the most granular way possible. But look at these artworks. Look at how beautiful these are. These are our Genesis artists. And we asked people to step up and submit their best artworks. And boy, did they deliver. I mean, some of these artworks are just gorgeous, amazing. So let's exercise this a little bit. Let's put it through its paces, right? So one of the easiest things to do is to search for a keyword. Now, I challenge you to go to Foundation, to go to OpenSea, etc., and put in a keyword and see what kind of garbage results you get. But here, our results are beautiful. So I'm going to search for Taj Mahal because I know there's a couple of them. There we go. There's a Taj Mahal. When I was showing you some screen mockups, I had put beach there. So let's put beach. Bam. There we go. Beach. So these are just keyword search, but let's be more specific. All right. Let's say I want to search for South American or Latin American rather cultured artwork. We do that. And this is all artworks created by Latin American artists. Let's go ahead and look in taxonomy here and look at, let's see, tags. This is actually one of my favorite features here. Artists are allowed to give random tags to their artworks. What we do in search is we show you for each kind of tag how many artworks are present for that specific. So let's see cosmic here. Let's do that. All right. These are all the artworks that people have tagged as cosmic. So let's do one more of those. Let's do fire. Boom. There you go. Fire. So this is how the search works. Let's say that you are not a fan of AI and you want only artworks that have no AI. Do that, and you got that. Let's say that you want to look for only photography. Well, let's choose that, and we get only photos. Now, we are still working on the detail of this, so it's going to be very crude, but I'm going to click through on one of these, and you'll see that it shows you the slide, and you click on view, and this will actually take you to what will be our future store. Like I said, super crude right now. It doesn't have a lot of detail. It's not pretty to look at, but you can see that all the detailed metadata, etc., is available for it, and that's what it's going to be. So every one of these artworks is going to have its page, and this is independent. Artists are used to. I have my work on Foundation. There's my Foundation link. I have my work on Tezos. I have my Tezos link. None of that. All of that is gone. You have one link, and that is your primary link. It doesn't matter which store, which source, which stack this is coming from. It all is the same. So this is our search. I'm truly excited about it, but we're not done. There's more, and this is the exciting part. Well, let's say a couple of questions before I go on to here. So Doc Martinez's question: is metadata on-chain visible to popular search engines? If not, is it now, or will it eventually be mirrored off-chain to make it visible? Yeah, so all the metadata that's there, we keep it synced both on-chain and in a database, and we create a feed that goes directly to the search engines. So all search engines have the ability for you to submit a sitemap. So we submit that, and that can be dynamic. It detects when there's changes. So whenever new artworks are added, whenever data changes in there, all the results in search engines will be kept updated, and we will also create beautiful cards. So if you look at search engine results for movies, for example, or things like that, you see cards, right? You see things, you see actions, and it's formatted a certain way. We are doing that also. So all of that is coming. But thanks for that question. But this makes me really proud. Honestly, I cannot tell you how proud I am of the team and really of the community that supported us to getting there. To have this search, I feel like in the next couple of weeks when it's going to be live and up there with all the Genesis artworks, etc., fully searchable, it is going to put Vitruveo on the map forever. This is something no one has done, and we are the first to do it, and I'm really excited about it. All right, so what was I hinting at that comes next? Well, if you remember, I talked about the fact that search is the gateway to stacks, right? So how does that work? Now check this out. This is really cool. All right, you flip this button here called Curate Stack, and now what you have is checkboxes. I got to talk to them about the color of those checkboxes. They need to be white, but they appear. So let's go ahead and do this. My search earlier. Let's say beach. All right, and I like this one, so I click on it, and now what I'm doing here is I'm creating a curation. So now maybe I put flower. Whoops, I can't type. We don't have flowers. All right, so there we go. Let's do this one. I like this one. So let's search for mood. Let's say amusement. Do we have that? All right, that's good. All right, I want to put that one there. Let's go. I'm just doing random selections here. So I've filtered it on photography. That's why I'm not seeing a lot of them. So I should go back probably and do my other beach again. Sorry, not culture. This is where I want to do it. Oh yeah, there's that one. I'll add that. So I'm going to add a few of these, and let's see. Let's search for a style, conceptual style. All right, that one looks good. I like that. I like that. All right. So what's happening? I am curating here a dynamic curation. You see that? It was not one search. It was multiple searches. It's almost like a shopping cart. I can curate all day as much as I want. until it is perfect the way I like it. And once that's done, then I can publish this stack. Now, this feature is still in development, but I want to show you what it will look like. The outputs, so we have an image grid, an interactive gallery, a video gallery, an RSS feed. There's going to be lots and lots of different outputs. Remember, we want to make it possible for these artworks to be distributed by thousands of people on every channel possible, every social media, every blog, whatever you can think of. We want these artworks to be published at scale. So this is what publishing stacks entails, and I'm really, really excited about this. And this is a game changer for artists, and it's also a game changer for I believe art appreciators and collectors, because you are going to see artwork curations which will surface what would otherwise be artworks that no one sees, because maybe the artist does not have a social media reach or anything like that. And remember, with Vitruveo, the artists do no marketing. They don't have to do any marketing. Only the people who are interested in curating and interested in promoting can do it. But the artists themselves are not obligated to do anything. And we are certainly going to use this feature to publish and promote all kinds of artists via different stacks. So this is really, really exciting. And I can, like I said, it's a milestone event. It is very, very big, because for the first time, we can start seeing the vision coming to reality here, and us being one of the most innovative of blockchains out there. So I'm happy to celebrate this with you, community. All right. So now what I want to do is talk a little bit about the differentiating factors for artists and creators and collectors, galleries, anyone in the audience who may not be familiar with the differentiating factors of Vitruveo. So there's quite a few of them, but what I want to do today was highlight 10 of them real quick. So let's just go through them. So the first one, what you have now on Ethereum, Tezos, Solana, is that artists will mint their work. This typically involves the artist having to make a decision about which marketplace to mint on, and for what price, and also to pay. Sometimes they need to pay up front. What we have with Vitruveo is an end to that, end to that torture. Honestly, you don't have to do that. Artists consign their artwork to the blockchain. They essentially say, "Here's my artwork. I'm consigning it to Vitruveo. Take care of marketing it and selling it for me." It's that simple. So we totally throw away minting as a first step. Minting is a last step. Minting occurs when a buyer buys the artwork. At that point, a license is consumed and a mint is created. But there is no minting on Vitruveo upfront. You consign. Number two, now on the other chains, all the artwork prices are in crypto, which is weird because crypto is highly volatile and the artwork is not changing in value so much on a daily basis, but the prices do. So that is not very interesting. So if the prices are in crypto, they should at least be in a stable coin, but they are not. In most marketplaces, they are in the native coin. So we don't want to do that. We want to get lots and lots of new people. When I say lots, I mean millions of new people collecting and appreciating artwork. And so all our artwork prices are going to be in USD. So if the standard changes, then we'll go with that. But it's very straightforward. And so buyers know what the price is. They pay for it in the equivalent. So if they're buying with a credit card, they pay US dollars. They're buying with crypto, it'll be the current price in Vitru, and the artist gets paid in Vitru on the back end in crypto. So the artist always gets paid in Vitru. Number three, right now on the other blockchains, there's no standards. Pretty much anything goes. You can upload any artwork in any size. There is no standards for metadata. There is no standards for discovery. There are no quality standards. There are no license standards. There are no disclosure standards on use of AI, etc. But with Vitruveo, We put in every industry standard we could find in there. Everything from signing your artwork to the metadata standards to making sure that there's a standard license for everything. The language is industry standard, all of that. So we fully took what is like basically a nothing zone and made it into a professional industry standard zone. On the other chains right now, anyone can go and drop in an artwork, and you don't know if they are a genuine artist or not. And this includes scammers. So on Vitruveo, only artists with creator KYC will be able to consign their artwork. So you can tell what level of KYC they have completed. We keep the KYC details abstracted away. We don't know what those are. The KYC firm knows that, and the artist knows that. But we do know what level of KYC they have cleared, so you can trust that you know who the artist is. Number 5, right now, this is a huge pain point. Artists do all the marketing. It breaks my heart to see on Twitter daily artists chase collectors every day, like tweeting, shilling their artwork. This is not right. Art needs to be elevated. Artists are doing some amazing work. They are professionals. They should not be chasing a sale like it happens in Web3 right now. We want to fix that. So our model is the artist does no marketing. The artist creates art. That's it. On Vitruveo, as an artist, you don't even need to do a single tweet about your artwork. We'll take care of that. And as you saw with the search, the stacks, other people are going to promote your artwork for you. You don't need to do it. Number 6, artwork has typically 1 or 2 salespersons. It's the artist and maybe a few of their friends who are promoting the artwork and trying to get a sale. Well, with Vitruveo, we've built the tools and we've built the infrastructure and the network to have, for each artwork, to have thousands of salespersons. That's how we know that we can get this art moving. And we go beyond the realm of Web3 collectors. There's very few of them. So we want to make it where lots and lots of people, thousands of them, are art appreciators and will buy work. And so that's done by having a reach of salespersons. Number 7, every one of these blockchains has a very few number of marketplaces as distribution channels. That's it. The primary marketplaces are the primary distribution channels. We didn't like that, so we've changed it. So we've created hundreds of distribution channels. So instead of 1 or 2 marketplaces, there could be 100 marketplaces. Remember, the Shopify model. There are thousands and thousands of Shopify stores because it's super easy for people to create them, and it's super easy to make money with them. So that's what we want to do. Money is the incentive we provide for professionals and curators and other businesses to create distribution channels for your artwork. On the current blockchains, there's only one use case: NFT. That's it. NFT, everything, artwork, NFT, that's it. We went a different way. We have many use cases. NFT is just one of them. So we have print licensing, stream licensing, remix licensing, and there's also more coming up, consumer goods licensing, etc. So there's much more coming up, stock licensing, etc. So pretty much every possible use case that your artwork can have to make money, we're going to create a license for that, and we're going to create a distribution channel for that, and we're going to create incentive for people to use those channels and to promote your artwork and for you to make money. Speaking of money, on Ethereum, Tezos, or Solana, income for an artist is pretty much random, or for most people, no income. You could go months. I know lots of artists who have had no sale for years, but they're still hanging in there. And when the sales come, it's because of some, not because anything changed, etc. It's because they, a new collector popped up and they were interested in your artwork. it's very subjective, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. There's no sort of system for it. We want to change that. We want to create systems, because systems work better, and they provide a mechanism for creating recurring income for artists. And last but not the least, on the current blockchains, everything is sort of centralized at these marketplaces. They're controlled by it. The marketplaces can make whatever rules they want and enforce them, including blocking artists. With Vitruveo, we are a protocol. We are open, and everything goes on chain. And if people don't like the tools we've created, for example, someone doesn't like Vitru Studio or something like that, create a new tool. The contracts are all out there. You can use them, and it's open for anybody and everybody to use. So these are the differentiating factors, and this is what makes me very, very optimistic about things as we roll them out. And I always like to state this, because it's not always apparent. We are aligning the interest of crypto investors and creators. And by doing that, we create a win-win for both of them. So as these things succeed and we scale up in the world of Web3 creators, the crypto investors are going to see the result in the price of our cryptocurrency and the usage of that. That is what's really, really exciting for me. All right. I actually swapped the order of these. I had intended to show you these, but I'm going to skip over them. Right. Let's get to today's download. So I encourage everyone to go and download these. So we have completed one season, and I promised that there would be prizes. So we are now in the process of enumerating everyone who did the Poet collection. And so next week, we will have an announcement of all the winners, and we will have an announcement of all the prizes. So all the season 2 folks who collected all the poets, you're going to see that the results of that next week. So again, super, super excited. It's a big day for us today. Multiple milestones. We're going to have a rebase event tonight. First look at search, which is a complete and total game changer. And really, really, really excited. So with that, Zach, let's come on back and do some questions. All right, I'll start with this one. At the end of the download, can you let us know that you need to know about the Vitro unstaking issue and its solution? Yeah. So we had thought we had a solution for that, but it actually turned out that it needed a little more care. I am told that now the solution is actually done and tested, and it's just pending deployment. So that's what Prabhu told me this morning. So I would say give it the weekend, and we should have the solution for that. If there's any change in that, I will let you know. It turned out that it was a bit more complicated and required basically revising the contract code. And that's what made it very, very complicated. So I apologize for that. But I'm told that the solution for that will be available this weekend. All right. So what do you think of search, Zach?
I love search. I mean, we've chatted about this. Like, I think having on-chain metadata is super important because it opens up the realm of so many more things, not even just in the art world, but in just being able to call the right data to you on chain is really important. And it can do some really interesting things when it comes to identity. So I'm really excited to be able to play around with this.
Yeah, I cannot wait. See it with 1,000 or so, it's pretty easy. But once you start having millions of artworks, the search becomes so much more important. It's just like Google, right? Like, I mean, you have millions of sites with billions of pages. You need good search. You need it to work properly. And this is visual search. And I think about being able to create subsets of the search also. So, for example, a museum might use Vitru Search to have. And we'll make it possible to have a white label version of their own, so you can go search through the museums.
cool.
collection and things like that. There's just so many possibilities here. And right now we are just talking about sort of visual arts, but then there's also audio, there's movies, etc. The scope of this is very, very large. And let's not forget that once you have sort of honcho up and you got creator collections and all that, we have to think a little bit about how to integrate that into search also, if for those collections that choose to go the asset route. And there will be collections that choose to do that. Yeah, so super excited about that.
Okay.
All right, we can start going through the questions here.
Regarding transporter, if I have NFTs,
I answered this one already.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Already did that one. Is Vitru Search only usable through Studio, or will be the entire Chains project like Honcho and other teams? So that's kind of just what we just talked about, actually.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Studio is an open sort of tool, right, for all artworks. But like I said, the contracts are there and they're open, and so another project that wishes to basically get their artworks consigned can do the same thing. So it's open. They would just have their own UI for it, and because it's contract based, they don't need to talk to us or anything. You just do it,
I've heard Dr. Martin. Will transported NFTs be editable in Future Studio, i.e., will you be able to add metadata?
Yeah, this is a good question. So, with this transporter capability, we could wait to implement lots and lots of features, and then it would take forever. So we are taking the same approach that the DEXs do, like Pancake Swap, etc. They're version 1, version 2, and so on and so forth. So we're doing the same thing. So we're getting version 1 out there that has some basic capabilities, and so the tokens that will be transported via that will have only those basic capabilities. But then we have a version 2, and that'll have more capabilities. And then when you transport via those, you will have those capabilities available. So it all, instead of just waiting for some monolithic big solution, we're doing it in phases. And so eventually we want to get to the point where, you're transporting over an existing NFT, but you want to augment it with the capabilities exists on Studio. You want to provide a license, etc. I won't say that it doesn't get complicated. It gets complicated very quickly, because here we're talking about a minted NFT, and our whole thing, if you looked on the side, it's like we don't mint until it's sold, right? So it becomes a little complicated. But people might want to augment for metadata, so that would be a useful thing to have. And so we'll play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. Version 1 basic, we'll just focus on getting that NFT over and then go from there.
Okay, so I've seen a couple questions along the lines of Vitro, if there's going to be any introduction of Vitro tasks in the airdrop.
Most likely, yes. We have to balance the tasks with the tasks that are already there, right? Like, so there's an outstanding 60-day 25% kind of staking reward that's there. So once the stake feature is fixed, and like I said, expect that this weekend, then we can announce some other tasks related to Vitro staking. But let's look at it this way. Staking is about the only thing that's there right now. If you're going to do anything related to Vitro, there are some new tasks. We want to be a little innovative and do something more interesting. So you can expect that it won't be just simple stake. It'll be something more interesting beyond that. But yes, we will have that coming up.
A couple suggestions, like, can we get a dark mode in Scope?
Yes. So look, I'm the primary developer on Scope. Right? It's me. That's it. No one else has done any code in that. So my priority is to get the functional things in there first. But yeah, I'll add dark mode.
One thing that you can do, Marcus, though, is there's a lot of like Google Chrome extensions, like Dark Reader is the one I use specifically. It can turn any website into dark mode.
Yeah, but I like dark mode. I run everything in dark mode too, so we'll get that done.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying, like in the meantime.
Yeah.
I can't do light mode websites ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good one. Because we talked about this earlier this week. So gas is currently high, and there's a reason why that is. And I wanted
gas is not high. Gas is not high.
Well, on the Explorer it says 50 Gwei.
Yeah. So what that is an average for the past 24 hours. But your gas is 0.4 Gwei. It's pretty fixed. It's fixed. It's not changing. The reason that number is reported that high by the Explorer is because some of the games have complex transactions and they have a larger gas value they submit. And as a result, Explorer picks that up for the transaction. So it's an average of the transaction cost. It's not the gas price. The gas price is constant at 4 Gwei. That's it. So it's always cheap. Like I said, but that is the average of the gas price paid for transactions. But because the transactions were complicated, they are higher. And again, they were actually inflated. You don't need 50. You don't need 50 Gwei. Yep.
From our good friend Biz, with Stack, can this template be used for music, contracts, etc., all based on metadata?
Search is universal. It's one search for the entire blockchain. Everything will be included. So by that I mean media, right? So I saw the word contracts in there. So this search is for media. It's for the assets from creators, right? So if it can be ingested by Studio, it can be found in search.
Boom. Also, Nick, we're at 601.
Ooh, nice.
590 was our record 2 weeks ago. Will there be a separate button to hit in scope to claim from Perks pool? Maybe a good idea to come with some disclaimer saying that you will be removing yourself from the pool by claiming.
Of course, we'll have that. I mean, the UI for Perks claiming is going to be totally different. And the first principle of UX design is when your user is going to do something that is destructive or harmful to them, give them ample notice and give them the opportunity to back up and confirm with them. So that's standard UX practice. And yeah, we'll follow that.
Well, Nick, that's all the questions that I saved throughout this session.
All right. Well, let's see here. We are at 42,602 and in the time we've been talking about. And hopefully those of you who have boosters can go look at the Explorer and see these in your account. So you'll be able to look at, actually, let's look at this as a quick example, since people will do it. Let's look at this token here. I don't know whose it is, but let's go look at it. Or you know what? I don't want to lose my count here, so I'm going to do this on another window. Let me duplicate it. So so Mike has a good suggestion about that checkbox. I comment on it being black or white. This is right. We should put it outside it. But actually, what I might end up doing is have them put a little band on top of the image, so it still stays a square, but it's colored. So the white color will make it very apparent that, but we'll definitely delineate it. This is a good suggestion, Mike. What? This is another question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it better to claim Vitru and stake for max months or not claim and just let it rebase to get more Vitru? Okay, so let's I think there's two kinds of claims. There is your standard claim, of your vested ones. You should always claim that. Why? Because it makes no difference, right? If it's sitting in the contract or if it's sitting in your wallet, it's still going to rebase. If it's sitting in your wallet, the rebase is clean. You see it right away. If it's sitting in the contract, it's calculated and it's much more opaque. It's harder, and there's going to be some decimal rounding there, so you might end up not getting, like the 8th decimal place or something like that, or like a very tiny amount. So when you go into scope, when you go into your nexus, your maximum or whatever, and the claim button lights up, hit it, go for it. You want to do that. Now, there's going to be a separate perks area, as I said, and there, when there is a claim button, it's going to prompt you. It's going to ask you to confirm and let you know that you will be exiting the pool after you claimed, etc. So that'll be different. That you should let it sit. The reason you should let it sit is because otherwise you lose your benefits, the future benefits. So when you are doing the claim thing, there's no staking involved. It's just whether it's sitting in the contract or whether it's sitting in your wallet. Better for it to sit in your wallet so you see it versus sitting in the contract with there. It is not being staked there. Oh, I know what I did. I accidentally clicked the thing. Oh, okay. Rohan has another question. I did not see the artist name in the search result, just the artwork name. I think the artist name would be a good addition to the search results. Yes, yeah. This was literally the developers. I pushed them hard to give me something for the download, So there's a lot of finessing to be done, a lot of that thought around it. But yeah, again, this is, I would say, version 0.0 because the developer's not even done with it. Like I said, I wanted a demo and they gave me a demo. All right, let's see. What is this person? Is there a good chance that Vitruveo will list on SX before the bull market is over to take advantage of it and boost our chain? I don't know how to answer these questions because they like, is there any reason why we would not want the Vitru to be very, very successful, right? So I don't know how to answer that question. Our goal is to make Vitru very, very, very successful, very successful. So yeah, you can read into that as much as
the bull market just started. So
Gus asked a good question. When the rebase happens tonight, it should automatically show in claim. Yes, that's correct. Your claim includes your vested plus your rebased, and it should show in claim. And if it doesn't, then we'll make sure it does because it would be a bug. But as far as I can tell from all the testing, it will show up automatically. But yes, that's the intent. Okay, anyway, what was I looking at here? Okay, yeah, what I was looking at here is to show this one thing here. So notice active block, right? So your collector credit will be usable just the way I showed you today. There's search results, and you click, you'll go to a detailed page, the store page, and there will be the ability for you to use your collector credits to essentially buy a license for that, an NFT license for that artwork. We're not there yet. Don't go there yet. It's still in development, but we are moving rapidly towards that point. Now, the collector credit that will be available to you are the ones that are already active. What does that mean? It means that this number here must be less than the current block number. So you can see that this number here is 3,784,320. So that means this collector credit is for a future date. So the dates are going to be basically April 1, approximately April 1, May 1, June 1, and July 1. That's what the 4 dates are going to be. They're distributed over that. And like I said, the earlier boosters are going to have earlier dates, and the later boosters are going to have later dates. And so you can use your credit when it becomes active. And we deliberately set it up as $10 units because the Genesis artworks are constrained to $150 USD price. But after that, the price is going to be whatever the artist sets it at. So the price could be $500, it could be $1,000, etc. So you can pool and collect these credits however you want and use them all at once. And the UI will basically ask you how many do you want to use, and you just put in how many, and boom, that many will be redeemed. I realize that. I realize that you're not pushing on that. I just need people in the community to understand that the objective here is to be very, very successful. I don't understand why people would think that the objective would be anything other than that. So the people who want to, who ask about when list, they don't qualify their question. They should qualify their question with at what success rate or what future or what price, because it is pointless for anybody in any leadership position to be in a cryptocurrency kind of project to be thinking about listing their coin without thinking about what happens next, right? But 0 times do I see that in the question. Say when, but they don't say what is the price objective you have. Is your price objective 0? Then yeah, they can list. It's people need to think about that and think more strategically when they're asking that kind of question. Is you have the sum total of information here on a weekly basis. There is a deluge of information coming at you. You know what's going on. You know what will happen if the coin is listed at a certain time. So take that into account and think strategically. When should it be done? Like, what is the right time? Obviously, the right time is when all things are sort of, elevated, and there is traction, and there is activity, etc. So you can see that that's happening, right? Like on different fronts, we've got so much going on. And so when you ask that question, I don't mind people asking the question. I just mind that they ask the question without the follow-up information, which is, what is your goal? What is your objective for listing, right? If your objective is to just get out, then we've provided multiple mechanisms to do that. But if your objective is for it to be very successful, then all these elements have to be in place. It's just basic math here. It's not very complicated, And so this is why I struggle a little bit with the question. I wish more people would say, all right, well, let's look at all the factors here. What are the factors that cause a coin to be successful? How are we checking off all those boxes? And that's what's important. So it doesn't bother me with the question at all. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, with these tokens, the active block is the only sort of variation you're going to see between all the different tokens. And so when you go to the store, it will only let you use the credits that are active at the time. So cool. All right. Do you have any more questions?
Not that I'm saying.
Good. Okay, so I guess what we do then is adjourn for now. I say adjourn because we're going to be back again in 12 in 12 and a half hours. Yeah, you're going to be midnight for you. Going to be on? Of course. Yeah. So I'm excited to be able to hit this sort of monumental thing. I mean, our blockchain protocol, it's our primary feature. Now I must warn you that from this point onward, where's the music coming from?
I actually clicked it out.
Oh, is that you? Okay. Yeah. I thought maybe it's my browser or something like that. That calculations get a little bit more complicated because you have to factor in compound interest on your wallet and things like that. But that's okay. We knew that, and it's a good thing. It means there's more. So this will be our first sort of rebase, and then as we get sort of the whole studio active, we get Honcho Marketplace. I've seen some of the visuals of the marketplace Adrian showed me, they are amazing, just amazing. I'm so excited about that because it really gives us that balance, the yin yang kind of we're looking for on our blockchain. So we've got the artists creators, and then we've got the PFP creators, and they got some very creative things going on there. So super excited. And of course the meme coins and all of that also, so super excited to see Honcho in action and all the projects that come in there, and motivates me to think about a free mint. So I want to like create some kind of project there and make it available as a free and open mint for anybody to mint as much as they want. But if I'm going to do that, I want the NFT to be generative of some kind, programmatic of some kind, where each one is different, and I would want it to be changing based on external stimuli. So I would have to connect it to something. Maybe it's the amount of chai I've drunk or something like that, and it changes according to that. That would be kind of fun.
That would be cool.
All right, this is it then. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you in approximately 12 and a half hours. And look forward to an amazing rebase. So thank you so much, Zach, and I'll catch you online later.
See you guys all later.